Hey guys, today I'll be answering this question of it's a very, very not even a question. I'll be explaining to you something very, very common. We always talk about it. Sharing your story. Like I love sharing my story. It will inspire others. I love sharing my story because with sharing my story I feel better. So I'm going to talk about the benefits of sharing your story and at the same time the trap of sharing your story. So when you share your story, actually, it's like you are acknowledging that you've been through something, right? It can be a traumatic experience, it can be abuse, or just a negative experience in life. So when you share a story, like I went through this and through that, it's really feeling of relief that people are out there to listening to you, or it's even giving you this sigh of relief that actually there is someone this story will impact. And it's actually a very, very good thing because I also learn from people's stories, like successful people who've overcome some terrible circumstances, and it's very, very good because if you read about stories of people who've overcome, that's a very, very interesting thing. And also, even if you read about people who have just been through a lot of things, it may give you that feeling of like, actually, your life is not that worse off. So it's really, really good to share these stories and to talk about what you're going through. But it becomes a trap if you are sharing the story, but you are not growing out of the story, because you might just share a story because of sharing a story. You might be a people pleaser, for example, and then by you sharing a story, you really like the feedback you are getting from your story. Like people are telling you, "Thank you for sharing. This is helpful." All those things. So because you are a people pleaser and you thrive with pleasing other people, it will mean that you will not really want to let go of that people pleasing you, because it's giving you a very good benefit, and that benefit is being pat in the back, like, hey, thank you, it's okay, being validated and all those things, which means that you are not really growing as a person, but instead you are clinging to your story. And however much you put it, you cannot be your story, you cannot be your past experiences. They defined you, but that doesn't have to be you. You can still change your story. You can still change your story and grow from it. You can still work on the emotional issues or work on the things which led you to this story. So when you share your story so much, you get attached and become the story. But you have to realize that yes, I'm sharing a story, but I have first to overcome the past, because without overcoming the past and you sharing a story, you'll still get stuck in the past. You'll still not be healing. It doesn't matter even if you share a story and it impacts a million people, as long as you're not going inwards and dealing with the pain. Your story can impact a million lives, but it's not impacting the life which matters the most, which is yours. Yeah. So sometimes it can just be an extension of your people pleasing. You want to make others happy. Yes, you want to educate other survivors of abuse. You are an empath. You want to show them the possibilities. But the first thing you have to do is show yourself possibilities first. Like, have these possibilities. Then now if you want to share a story, share it, but don't get attached to it. You are not the story, because the moment you get attached to a problem, it becomes your identity. And when something becomes your identity, it becomes really who you are. It becomes so solid, and the ego loves that, because the ego loves something which on the outside looks very nice. And do you know an example of people who really look nice on their side? It's like actually the abusive people, because to the outside world, they really share this picture of charities, like doing good things, but behind the scenes, they are hurting, or they are hurting others. Same thing to you. If you share your story so much to the world, to the people, sometimes you may really be neglecting you, and it can be a very, very great distraction, and a very, very wonderful or convenient distraction from you working on yourself. So sharing your story is okay, but when you've not dealt with your stuff, you'll also be sharing your story and still re-traumatizing yourself. So when you've not dealt with your stuff, you share a story and then it reminds you of the past. You end up feeling re-traumatized. That's why normally, even in this line of work, we are being told that sometimes it's not really good to do therapy in a problem, or in a niche which is closer to home, because it will bring up your own stuff. So you need to work on your own stuff first before sharing it. Same thing. Before sharing your story, work on your own stuff, and then now you'll be sharing lightly, and you'll even be sharing with a compassionate touch, not with a touch where you want to make other people happy or you just want other people to see. No. When you share with a compassionate touch, it will have a different meaning and it will also have a deep impact. So sharing your story early on can be a trap. Yes, go to forums, share about it, but let not that be the main goal of your healing journey. The main goal of your healing journey is yourself first. Once you really deal with yourself, with your stuff, then you can do whatever you want. You'll have a choice to do whatever you want. Hope that makes sense, guys. Until next time, have a nice day.